Hey mom, today's focus on spelling made me reflect on how written language functions as human design technology, a system created to translate speech into visual symbols that can be stored, shared, and interpreted. Unlike spoken language, which we acquire naturally, literacy requires deliberate learning because each script is a constructed tool with its own logic and conventions. What appears obvious to a native reader, the recognition of letters, words, and patterns, is the result of repeated interaction with a system designed over generations. To someone unfamiliar with the script, these symbols are merely lines and curves, devoid of inherent meaning, and the act of spelling becomes less about memorization and more about understanding and operating the system effectively. At the heart of this process is pattern recognition. Reading involves training the brain to identify recurring shapes and associate them with sounds and meanings. Each letter or symbol is part of a functional network, and the ability to read fluently depends on recognizing how those elements interact across words and contexts. Spelling, then, is not simply a matter of rote knowledge, but the practical application of understanding these patterns and internalizing how discrete visual elements encode speech. Writing works because these patterns are consistent enough for the mind to learn and predict them, yet flexible enough to accommodate the natural evolution of language over time. This balance between structure and adaptability is what makes scripts effective tools for communication. Writing also demonstrates a sophisticated form of visual encoding, compressing spoken language into discrete symbols that the brain can store and manipulate. English orthography and Thai script are both optimized for their respective linguistic environments.
G. Four-letter word ends in K. Raise your hand if you know it's Anna. Neck. Class, how do we spell neck? C-K.
Each system encodes the priorities of the culture that created it, translating auditory information into a visual form that can be decoded efficiently once the user has internalized the system's rules. In this sense, literacy is a process of learning to decode a visual technology, training the brain to map abstract shapes to sounds and ultimately to meaning. It's a learned interaction with a tool that has been designed, refined, and optimized to solve the specific problem of communication within a society. There's also a clear parallel between writing systems and other forms of technology. Just as physical tools are shaped by their purpose, environment, and the needs of their users, scripts evolve to meet the demand of the communities that use them. English spelling reflects centuries of adaptation, borrowing, and historical shifts, while Thai script encodes tonal patterns and cultural priorities. Learning a new writing system is like learning to operate a complex tool developed in a different context. It requires understanding the underlying logic, recognizing patterns, and gradually integrating the system into practical use. Ultimately, reflecting on spelling in this way reinforces that language is a functional, adaptive technology. Scripts exist to capture and transmit information, and their design, complexity, and evolution are all responses to the practical challenges of communication. I played some pool with the homies, and that was it for my day. Okay, love you. Bye.